me, the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Are you ready for the Ben Mallah podcast? Here's the stars of the show, Ben Mallah and his son, Aaron.
What's up, guys? What's up, everybody?
What's up? What's up? We got Jimmy Hart here tonight.
Aaron was sleeping over there, Ben.
You're right.
We're tired. We worked all day, went to school all day, went to work all day, and you sat up in your royal kingdom up here and ironed your fucking red jacket.
No. I was busy all day today. Hey, what a great week this has been. Monday
I'm
night.
going to tell Happy you keep making fun of him.
Good.
I can hear you right now.
Hey, I saved him
Whenever
years
he goes,
ago.
No. He's imitating Happy, our Indian head of hotels.
Just don't let him feed me Indian food. That's the only thing I'm asking.
I had it today. I had Goatman.
Oh, God. Hey, I got to tell you, what a great week it's been. Monday Night Raw, which is on Monday Night Wrestling Show. For those who don't know, had a great rating this week. NXT, Tuesday Night Wrestling Show, had a great rating this week. We were on Vice TV with the Andy Kaufman story with me and Jerry the King Lawler, which you saw, but I missed it. I can't believe it because I was busy working. So it's been a great week. How's your week been?
My week was a lot, okay? I don't want to talk about me because I'm not in a good place right now. I'm here to help people. I'm not going to bore you with all my depression of double interest rates, double payments to the bank, stock market's down, even the fixed income stuff. It's not, and real estate is not a lot to pick and choose from, but I do see cap rates going up. But anyway, the point is, I'm not going to bore you with all that stuff. We're here to help folks tonight. So get your Fast Pass. Come on. Get it on benmallah.com and get a Fast Pass, and you'll be part of the podcast. What else do you want?
Oh.
Your face will be up. We'll hear what you got to say. We'll talk about what you want to talk about. What else, Aaron?
We're also doing super chats all night. So if you want to have your question read live on air by me, Ben will answer it. So send all the super chats. We appreciate it. It goes straight to the channel, straight to the production. So thank you.
And what about Saturday?
Saturday is the big day, baby.
Yes.
If you ain't got a ticket by now, I feel sorry for you. I really do. All right, because we got a lot of great people coming. All right, we're booking rooms, we're selling tickets, and you can always zoom in, baby. But this Saturday, I'm gearing up because I'm going to give it all I got. And I'm going to go there, and I got all these fabulous, wonderful people coming to my hotel, helping and supporting us. That's where I want support. Come stay in my hotel. I'm not asking for no handout. Come stay in my hotel, and we're all winners. I'll be there. It's going to be a great night. Everybody's going to be there, and we're going to accomplish a lot of stuff because I got some new tricks up my sleeve and how to prepare in today's market. Okay, it's not a regular market we're in right now. But the whole week, you know, there's nothing on television. I'm sorry. There ain't shit to watch on television. Old movies. You can't watch a real news program anymore. You can't. Because you're only hearing what they want you to hear, one side, or you go to the other side. There's nowhere in the middle, okay, where you just hear the news, all right? They're so biased. I mean, you might get some local news, but you ain't going to get much out of them. And if you go to BBC, they're all over the friggin' board, you know, but you don't get no real news. We need like a news channel like the BBC, but American, okay? Because I can't understand some of the stuff they say.
Hey, what time?
I don't speak the King's English.
What time is showtime?
Showtime this Saturday night starts at what time? 6 o'clock? But I'll be there for like 5. We'll be hanging out. We'll get the Rolls Royces. We're going to be taking pictures. We're all going to be there. It's going to be a great night. We have 2 bars open, a restaurant, and it's a nice hotel, okay? This ain't no shabby motel you used to stay in on the road.
Free parking, right?
Free parking.
Free parking.
All right, but
the
thing
family...
is this. What I wanted to say about watching TV, I don't mean to cut you off, is there's nothing on television, and you want to go to bed, you want to watch at least 30 minutes or an hour of television. Can't do it. Every night this week, I sat in my bed, I kid you not, and I watched Vice channel watching Tales of the Territories. And every episode is full of Jimmy Hart. I'm sitting in my room watching Jimmy Hart on television, national television, by the way, while he's living up here and he's living in the same house as me. I mean,
it's been great. The whole family's going to be there this week, right?
It was great episodes. You did a great job.
Well, thank you. But Aaron,
were all those stories really true?
All the
Somebody blew
really...
a blow dart in your ass while they were carrying you out of the ring?
Well, let's tell it how it is. I was on the way back from a match. I had it was a 6-man tag. It was me, along with the handsome Jimmy Valiant, who's a professional wrestler, and the Dream Machine against Bill Superstar Dundee, handsome Jimmy Valiant, and Jerry the King Lawler. I lost the match. So on the way back, the Dream Machine had me over his shoulder.
You were actually physically wrestling?
Yes. I went to the very end of it, got beat up, of course. But I was leaning over his shoulder. He was carrying me out on his shoulder on the way out. And as we got closer to the fence, I felt something. I just had a new pair of tights on to it. I felt something burn me. And I went, oh my gosh, somebody just burnt me with a cigarette. I was worried about my tights, not my skin, right? And so we got in the back and I bent over and I said, Dream, did somebody burn my tights? He goes, oh my God, there's a needle. So I had to pull this needle out. Somebody made a homemade pea shooter right there, hit me right in the buttocks, right? So I got in the back, they pulled it out. Then I had to go. At 11 o'clock at night, they took me to the hospital, so I had to go get a tetanus shot, had to go get this darn thing cleaned up because they didn't want me to get, to get infected or anything
People
else.
really hated you that
I
much.
know it. Can
where
you
they would
believe that?
bring, there's another word for that pea shooter, a blow dart,
Right.
to the damn match just to shoot you, and they got you right in the ass. They were a good shot.
Perfect
They must
shot.
have been an expert blow dart ass shooter.
They were great.
Because I watched it. It was real. They showed the live.
And
You
I
can see the
couldn't
live
believe it.
footage.
But that took place on that. But you know what I'm really excited about? I am really excited about this Saturday, which is the 15th.
This Saturday night, we're having a real estate party, but you'll be out of town because you're booked. This guy's booked all over the country, outside the country.
Well,
You
you
know?
know what? I don't think you want me there because you keep booking the dates that I'm booked on the road.
No,
He'll go,
no.
Jimmy, when are you on the road? And I say, this week. He goes, oh, unfortunately, that's when we're going to have our
You're
party.
on the
I miss all the
road.
parties. I
You're
can't
on the
believe it. But
road.
Carla's going to be there. Little Ben will be there. Paulie will be there. Aaron's going to be
Everybody.
there.
I'll be there.
And so it's going to be a great night. I hate to miss it, but it's going to be great. Like I said before, free parking. You're going to learn so much about real estate. But you know what? Yesterday we went, I can't say where or when, but we went yesterday and looked at an unbelievable property that Ben was looking at. And here's Ben's motto. Jimmy, do you like it? And I said, I love it. He goes, well, I'm not buying it. I said, why? Because anything you like, I'm not buying. That's his motto. I can't
But I'm
believe
trying
it.
to change you now. So
Well,
hopefully
I'm
you're
learning a little
starting
bit.
to recognize. All right, you seem to love the stores. We went in all your favorite stores. We went to Pottery Barn.
I loved it.
We went in TJ Maxx.
Loved it.
We went into Big Lots.
Loved
I even
it.
took you in the pet store that was there.
I loved it.
I almost bought you a bird, but I don't
Hey,
want
listen,
the animals in
he
the
made
house.
me look so bad. The people out front were doing this little charity thing. So all I had on me was $5. So I gave him $5. The big shot over here donates $100. But I'm glad he did because you know why? Because it
You know
went
what
for
was
a good
for?
cause.
What was the cause?
The cause was about young kids and that are starting off, and don't look at Aaron on this right now, and keeping them off drugs and keeping them at home and doing their homework and staying out of trouble. So it was for a good cause. And so I hope they really do well with it, so, but Aaron's been a good boy. He's been great,
Well, we all have to make choices in life. You can either make the right choice or the wrong choice. If you want to do drugs, you want to drink too much, at his age, drink nothing. If you want to start doing stupid shit, then stupid shit will happen to you. I learned that in life. And now my kids can learn from my mistakes. All right?
because the motto is,
I did stupid shit and stupid shit happened to me.
what's the consequences? Before you do anything, think about that one word. What's the consequences, right? Hey, but look, do we have any callers in there?
Any chats, Aaron? Anybody got something to say tonight? Say it.
That was our little
I got to
warm-up.
get ready. Saturday night, I got like a couple hundred
You
people.
wanna take,
Yeah,
are we
we
going to
have
rehearse
some
tomorrow?
great people.
Rehearsal tomorrow?
We have the first super chats of the night.
No damn rehearsal.
Yeah, we got to set everything up. PA.
Go ahead. Let's hear some chats.
We have the first super chats of the night. Thank you, Spoiled Jams. Appreciate the $4.99. Ben, I never see you move with security. Have you ever had any problems with stalkers before, and how do you sleep comfortably?
Number one, anybody that's watching us now, watches the videos, or involved in any kind of way or connect to me, I have never experienced anybody that I wouldn't say was just a generally nice, decent person that wants to just get ahead in life. Okay. So I don't have all those problems. I don't know. Everybody's nice to me. Shit. I love it when people come up to me. Hey, and people want my picture. I mean, I know you've taken millions of pictures of people, but let's face it. Okay. What better compliment could you ever get from somebody that wants to take a picture with you? I mean, I know you've done it a million times and it gets worn out, baby. We were in the bathroom in the airport in Puerto Rico once, and the guy wants his picture. I said, wait a minute. This is drawing a line. We're not going to take a picture in the fucking bathroom. Outside, let's go. Yeah, but to me, I don't know. I've never encountered anybody in any kind of way. And if I do, come on with it, baby, because I'm ready for you. You want to bring it to me? Bring it on, baby. Whatever you want, I can handle it.
You know what?
Aaron, take care of it.
We're trying to get Ben in the wrestling ring, by the way, too. So hopefully it's going to be a
I'm
new
too fucking
episode
fat,
coming up
old,
down the
and
line.
that
No.
What did you got, Aaron?
Charlie, thank you for the second super chat of the night. Jimmy Hart, let's be real. You have one fan, and his name is Whoever that is.
What? I don't know.
What?
Sometimes
What's the name?
it's hard to understand what people say.
Oscar.
He says
Who?
you got
Oscar.
one fan.
Oscar.
Jimmy's got millions and millions of fans. All right, I know that for a fact. Look it up, baby.
Hey,
Look it up. Google Jimmy Hart.
As long as Ben likes me,
This
then I'm
guy has
happy.
lived his life to the fullest. Okay, and then watch Tales of the Territories on Bites. All right, and you'll hear all kinds of crazy stories of what went on because the shit was really real. You know, especially when you came from in Tennessee.
Ooh.
And down there, they ain't got no goddamn rules. You know, they may have played okay with the rest of the wrestling federations, but in Tennessee, they were serious shit. You got to watch the episodes.
It was crazy.
And then the fans were serious too. You know, it was crazy
It's
world you lived
little-
in. How'd
but-
you live in that crazy
but-
world
but-
with the constant violence?
But speaking of being on security, I've been with him with some of these shows, and the people love him. You know, and you know, he's boisterous, he's happy-go-lucky, but I'm
Listen,
telling you, he's a great guy. I love him to death, and I'm
honestly
sure you
can't
will
think of
too.
any enemies. I mean,
No.
true enemies that want to kill me, no, or I want to kill him, no.
All right.
But you never know, Jimmy. You
What's-
never fucking know.
That's right. You got to
If
be
they
alert.
make me
Hey,
turn
let me
on
ask you
them-
this. I was talking to Paulie today. You're Paulie. And I said, and he was talking about hiring security for some of y'all's malls and shopping centers. Why don't y'all just start a security company? That way you have your own security for everything.
Because
You'll save a lot of money.
we'll talk about it later, okay?
Okay.
I'm not at the point
We'll
where
talk later.
I don't need security.
Not
I
for
need
you.
Paulie to do his goddamn job. You know what our biggest problem is? Me and Aaron go out there with him, and what are we doing?
We look for people staying there overnight in cars and stuff.
We kick out the homeless. And
I mean, yeah,
people
the
park in our
homeless
parking
and all
lots.
that.
That's the
I mean,
biggest
you got
problem we got.
drug addicts,
Luckily,
you got
we
everybody
don't
out
have
there.
anything in any areas that we need security, in my opinion, from a business perspective. But me and Aaron go out there with Paul. You just got to do it. You got to stay on top of it. You know, drive your properties. Make sure people aren't sleeping in parking lots and sleeping in the bushes. We found people in the bushes. We found my
Bushes
dumpsters.
everywhere.
And,
But I
yeah,
mean-
I
I
feel
mean,
bad for these people.
Usually,
But you know, that's what I can do. I'm running a business here.
usually they're not aggressive.
And the blood bank,
I mean,
I got rid of them. They were stealing, taking blood from people in my parking lot, and then they sell it. It's a business.
What?
And then, oh yeah, but wait a second. The shopping center, no, one of the shopping centers I looked at this week, that was that one with you. We found the buses where they
Yes,
parked
that's
the
right.
buses behind there. So they're gonna end up being my tenant if I buy that place.
Oh, my God.
Then I'm gonna have to let them come to all my shopping centers. But I'm gonna make them pay. Give me some of that blood money, baby. All right,
business
what
is
else?
business. Let's see. RD, thank you for the $4.99. What's Jimmy and Ben's favorite wrestler? So you guys' favorite wrestler?
Well, I know Ben's probably going to say Hulk Hogan, so you beat me to it. So,
He's a friend. I consider him a friend, but
well, you had a big beach bar with
But
him.
honestly, when I used to watch a little bit of wrestling when I was young, I didn't watch a lot because I was out there in the streets, baby. Ain't time for all that. You know, I like Chief J Strongbow.
Yes.
All right.
Chief was one of
I
our
felt
agents.
really bad when they tried to stuff his feathers down his throat. You know, but
You know,
who was your favorite? You had a lot.
I've got more than just one. It's really hard to say it. Of course, the Huckster, I managed him. He's my favorite. The Hart Foundation, Bret Hart, Jim Neidhart, of course. Oh, my gosh. The Honky Tonk Man, the greatest intercontinental champion of all time. Everybody
The
that.
Nasty Boys.
The Nasty Boys, of course. But everybody I've ever worked with, because they're the ones that did a lot of the work. And I just ran up down the ring going, way to go, baby, way to go, baby, with a megaphone. So everybody I've ever worked with has been great.
Yeah, but you made it entertaining. You know, just watching a couple of big guys grabbing each other in their tights or swimsuits or whatever. I mean, all right, but you made it entertaining. All right, you gave it personality. You gave it the real showbiz part of it. It's not just about people fighting. You know, it was about the whole entertainment of it, and that's what you guys brought to it during that era of wrestling, because before you guys in the 70s, 60s, it was kind of boring. Let's face it. They had their gimmicks and all that, but you guys kind of took it to the next level.
Well, you know what's been good too about being friends with Ric Flair, who used to come to your club
I
over
remember,
there.
I know Rick.
What a great guy. Shawn Michaels did a song that me and my partner wrote. So I love Shawn. Triple H is
I
great.
hope you don't
Stephanie
start
McMahon.
singing.
All of them. I'm not going to
If
sing.
you
Don't
start
worry.
singing, I'm leaving.
All the audience would leave too. But it's just been so many people that I've been connected with my whole
Please,
life that have been
everybody
great.
look it up. Jimmy Hart had a song. He's in a group called
The Gentrys.
The Gentrys. That was a very appropriate name back in the 60s. And look it up. He had a hit song called Keep on Dancing.
Yeah, right.
So don't get offended, but that does literally technically make you a one-hit wonder.
Well, I'd rather have one hit than no hits.
There you
Right,
go,
Aaron?
baby.
Right, Aaron?
And then he spent the
Sure.
rest of his career getting hit.
That's true. That's true.
What do you got, Aaron? Anything?
All right. Shout out Tim Sullivan. Thank you for the super chat. Hey Ben, big fan and I love the videos. I'm 27 and bought my first house that I'm solely working on. I have a lot down the road that's locked in at 3%. Should I sell the land and do a rental or keep it?
Why? Is it land attached to the house? He's 27. He bought his first house and he's slowly working on it. I have a lot down the road, whatever that. Oh, a lot. He has a lot down the road. I mean, it depends. You got the money to build on that lot and do something that's going to make it more money. Then yeah, you should definitely try to invest. But if you're 27 and you're slowly working on stuff, what is it worth? How much did you pay? Build on it. I mean, these are the things you got to just, it's clear to see, I'm sure, and I don't know, but you should know. Find out how much it's worth, and if it means selling it, making some money, then take the money and then put it into whatever, you're doing. You say, I don't know, he's working on the house he bought or not. I don't know. Go to Ben Mallah, consult with Ben, and let's talk about it. Yep. What else?
We have a caller.
We have a caller, Jimmy. That guy's zooming in. You want to put the headphones on so you can hear him? Okay. Or you want to be rude? Boy, he's rude. These celebrities are, they kind of have this rudeness. They can, What's going on? How are you?
Hey, Ben. Good to talk to you. Big fan of your show.
Thank you.
Jimmy Hart, big fan of you. Big fan of Hulk Hogan era.
Thank you.
Screw that guy that said that earlier. But anyways, I just want to call Ben. I wanted to get your opinion on something. I live in Nashville, Tennessee, and the real estate market here is insane.
How come it's insane? I don't mean to cut you off, but how come it's insane in Nashville, but Jimmy's from Memphis and it ain't insane? It's the people are insane, but the real estate ain't. Nashville's booming. I've been there. Booming, baby.
Yeah.
So what's up?
Yeah, so I bought a house here 10 minutes from downtown. It's a duplex, 2 houses on the property. Paid a $140 for it last March, and I renovated it with an ELOC of $80,000.
You did what? You paid how much?
$140. It was from a family deal.
$140,000 in Nashville?
Yep.
And you got a duplex for $140,000 because it was a family deal. Okay, you go. That's a good family.
It's a great deal.
Shit, because I've seen the price of Nashville is nuts. So what are you doing with this duplex? Tell us, what are you doing?
So I rented out one side for $1,400 a month, utilities, split utilities, and I renovated. I took an ELOC of $80,000 and fully renovated the other side, which is now a 3-bedroom, 3 living room house. Updated, and I own a smart home company, so I made it, up to date with like TVs, internet, stuff like that. But my question is if you were me, with the interest rates being as high as they are right now, and you wanted to expand your portfolio, do I just get a reevaluation of the assessment of the property in like 4 months and then take the equity out to go buy other properties? Because the end goal for me is to be a landlord and own multiple rentals.
All right. Well, the thing is this: you bought this thing for $140,000. How'd you pay for it?
I got a 30-year fixed loan.
All right. So how much money did you put down?
0. I didn't have to put anything down.
All right. So you got a loan on it for $140,000, right?
Correct.
So you got that loan to pay. And you got a loan for a HELOC for $80,000 that you got to pay on, right?
Correct. Yes.
You owe $220,000, correct?
Correct.
And how much is that $220,000 a month costing you?
$600 or $830.
Okay. And then you rented out half of it for $1,400 a month. And then what are you going to do with this smart house you built? How much you going to rent that out?
Well, the thing is I built it to where the master is almost like a hotel room. So I can rent the other 2-bedroom, 1-bath, kitchen, and 2 living rooms out and wall off the master and use that as a hotel if I want to start traveling. Because I could if I wanted to. So I could rent out.
You want to start traveling? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, if I just want to have a place here because my business and everything, I'm debt free. So other than my house. So it's kind of like, do I want to take the more income?
You want to keep a room for yourself. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. Because I could rent out.
Why don't you Airbnb it? Airbnb it. And then when you're going to be in town, don't Airbnb it so you can use it.
Because Davidson County in Nashville, they banned Airbnb licensing this past January. And if you didn't get it before January or apply before January, they're no longer giving them out.
Can you buy somebody else's license?
I haven't looked into that because
into it.
I like the longer term rentals versus the Airbnb stuff.
I know that, but you're saying you're going to keep it empty and it's not going to make no money when you're not staying there.
No.
How often are you going to stay there?
I mean, I'm looking to invest in a place in Florida, either in Destin or Clearwater. That's my thing. And I'd like to go.
All right. You already owe $220 on this. You're going to rent it out. All right. How much rent are you going to get from that other unit, the smart unit?
$2,400.
24. So you got 24 and you got 14. Put you at what, 38?
Yep.
All right. So you got $3,800 a month coming in. Your mortgage, you said, is about $800, right?
Yep.
And what about taxes, insurance, and the utilities and all that shit?
Taxes I pay in lump sum once a year, and it's about $2,500.
So you got 200. That's $1,000 a month. What else? Insurance, 11, 12. All right. So you're making yourself like, you're making yourself about, what did I say? You're making about $2,800 a month. 28. Your expenses are about $1,000 a month, right?
Correct.
$1,000 a month, or maybe 1,200. 1,200 from the 38 leaves you with 26. You're making 30 grand a year on that fucking duplex. That's pretty goddamn good. And you got a bedroom for yourself.
Yes.
Well, that's a great deal. Now you got stabilized. You got a stable income coming in. You got a place to stay in Nashville. And then now you want, what else you got? What other money you got? You want to go buy shit? It takes money.
So that's what I'm saying. And if I wouldn't sell this for less than $600,000 to $50,000. So
you get it in fucking Nashville with that kind of income. So all right, well, go ahead. The problem is, you can't control interest rates. All right. You know what they are.
And I'm not going to refinance because I've got a 3.2% finance or interest rate right now.
Well, but then
no way in hell.
Why don't you get more money on that HELOC? Why should you only get 80 grand? Rent that goddamn unit out. Go back and get a bigger HELOC.
Because the amount that I got approved for was pre renovations. So I could get more once I get another assessment and evaluation.
The point is, how much money do you have?
I have about $35,000 cash.
All right. Well, $35,000 cash. What are you going to do with that? Come to Florida and buy mobile homes? I mean, what you could do. But basically, if that duplex is all you got to tap, then you're going to figure out the best way to tap it and get some money out of it. Okay, now you have to go back and get, you don't want to mess with your little 120,000. You got to sit down and work the numbers. All right. Yeah, you got a great fucking interest rate, but it's got you choked now because you can't borrow. You need more money. So yeah, you might have to pay an extra. All right. So maybe you go out and get a loan for 5% these days, but the point is, all right. Yeah. But you're going to get your hands on some money and then you can go out and use that money. Otherwise, what else are you going to do?
Right. But the market is so crazy right now everywhere. Well, am I better off just holding off until it crashes? I mean, do you think it crashing?
That's why I wish people would really think about coming to our show or Zoom in, because I'm going to tell everybody how to deal with today's market, and what to do, because I've been through every cycle there is. I know when the market's up. I know when it's down. I know when I've been through it all. I've been to the fucking circle, for 30 years. So, right now is the time where you got to try to get as much fucking money as you can so you can make some moves. All right, now's the time to get you. It's like you're going to war and you got to collect all your ammunition and you got to get ready because we're getting ready to have a fight. Hopefully, we'll be prepared. Now's the time to prepare for real estate war. Okay, and hopefully it's going to be a bloody war. Why? Because that's when you get your fucking deals.
Yeah.
All right, but the most important thing to buying real estate is have the money to buy it. You got to have the down payment. You're going to have bank loans. You got to set all that shit up right now. All right. You need to stack your cash, stack your money and get ready to find the deals because they're happening. I see cap rates going up this week, and people are going to get, the banks are already turning down people, even turn me down for what I normally get. I normally would get 80%. I'm doing like a $46 million deal. I normally get 80% LTV. Why? Because they know I'm good for it. But they still have their rules. They have what they call loan to debt ratio. All right? I ain't going into that right now because that's a long one. I don't even know it that well. Because interest rates are up, you qualify for less. That's the simplest way I can put it.
Right.
You got to pay more money to the bank every month. Comprende, senor?
Yeah.
You got to pay more money to the bank.
So let me ask you this.
So as much.
So in this current in this current market, if you were me, would you rent out two sides, have a place to stay, or would you sell it and cap or profit $400,000
How long you owned it?
a year?
If you got the balls, all right. All right. Well, if you owned it a year, you're already into the long-term, what do you call it? Capital gains. All right. So,
Yeah.
The worst case scenario is, and Tennessee wasn't affected by the hurricane, were they? No. Too late anyway.
No.
Hurricane gave us more time on 1031. All right. Anyway, the point is, if you sold that sucker for $650 and you owe $220, by the time the smoke clears, you're gonna walk away with $400,000. Have you ever had $400,000 in your pocket before?
No, but
$400,000 is in the real estate market. It's $1.6 million.
But I also know the value of having a property 10 minutes from downtown Nashville and the way that the city is developing, and you can't I can't replace it for that amount of money. I can't replace this property. The size of the property, two houses.
Right now, you're going to sit back and you get $30,000 a year. Why don't you try to at least sit down and find out what your maximum cash refinance rate's going to be and amount's going to be, and then you decide. Maybe you can keep it. The property's going to pay the rent's paying the damn bills. I mean, yeah, it's your profit. The less you pay the bank, the more profit you have. But, if you got $3,800 a month coming in, go see what a max out cash refi would cost you. Because I don't know, unless you got some other asset, that's the only thing you got. You're going to have to use that asset and either borrow the shit against it or sell it. Now, if you sell it, you could take the $400,000 and go into a bigger deal, but you got to find the right deal. Okay. Right. And you can 1031 it. Or you can just pay, the tax. Unless you got losses, you can end up paying about $80,000 on the tax.
No, I would turn if I sold it, I would turn that money into a 1031. The next property I buy, I would turn it into a 1031.
Well, but you got to find where. You got to find where.
I know that. I know that's the same problem
Memphis.
you're at.
Go to Memphis.
Listen, Nashville's hot right now. Nashville's unbelievable.
But everything that's hot is now getting ready to cool off. I saw a list of hotels for sale in New York. I wouldn't touch them. The guys are losing their shirt right now because of interest rates. All right? It's no friggin' joke. Trust me. It's just got to hit the fan.
And taxes up there. Up here, down here, we don't have income tax. That's why everybody's fleeing here. It's a centrally located place.
Fine, yeah, but it's still a little too country for me.
Yeah, it used to be. Not anymore. Now it's all transplants.
Well, I hate to tell you, I've been to Tennessee. Transplants are an improvement.
Oh, come on, man. Damn.
He always knocks Memphis because that's where I was originally from.
He gave me a tour.
But every Saturday night back in our era, back in the day with Jerry Lawler and I we'd go to the fairgrounds every Saturday night where we had our wrestling. But I've watched Nashville getting bigger and bigger and better every year. We had SummerSlam there this past year, and they've got everything downtown Nashville. It's unbelievable.
Nashville. My lawyer's named Tom Nash. Maybe he was born in Nashville. All right. Well, good luck to you. Go get your hands some money because that's the only way you're going to grow. Simple as that. Right. You better figure out whether you want to sell it or you want to borrow against it. And then go to Memphis and buy up some shit and rent it out. Cool. And you can stay at the Peabody Hotel. That's where we stayed. And I stayed at Elvis's suite. He got me Elvis's suite. Everything was gold in there. And then Duck's walking in the lobby and all that. It's all right.
I even took the Golansky brothers.
Yeah, I just wanted to pitch something one more to you. If you ever need anybody for low voltage pre-wires for any of your new construction, Rafal's got my contact info. I'd love to give you a bid.
Thank you very much. You talk about ground lighting.
No, I'm talking about audio, video, security, internet connections.
Big time
stuff like that.
I need a camera in Jimmy's room. See what the hell's going on there. All right, well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, can you run a camera system for me? Can you run a camera system? You run camera systems? All right. Yes. Clearwater Beach Hotel. My son wants to put in cameras. You better hurry before he signs a contract with somebody. He wants to put in a shitload of cameras everywhere and every floor, everywhere. So, what you do is we'll get a hold of you, and maybe you can bid the project out without coming to look at it. I don't know.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right. And the government maybe take out certain cameras in one of my hotels near an Air Force base?
Yeah, I believe it.
Chinese. They said, no Chinese camera here. They spying on us. No problem. Check it out. I'm not messing with the military.
Yeah, don't mess with the government.
You heard about that?
What?
Are you aware of that? That certain systems have to be removed because they could be spying.
Well, there's certain systems, and there's also certain systems you have to be licensed for. So,
All right. I'll get a hold of you. We'll talk. All right.
All
Very
right,
nice.
thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot. Take care. I bought my Rolls Royce in Nashville, Rolls Royce dealer. I flew down there. They did give me a great deal. It was a great car. And so, yeah, I've been in Nashville.
That was the white one, right? The
yeah.
white
Well, no, I had it. What do you call that? Wrapped in white. It was actually gray. And then some ball player bought it. They took the wrap off, went back to gray.
No. You know who bought it? Antonio.
You're not 100% sure. How do you know? Don't say nothing unless you're 100% sure, because people say shit and, it might be true. Antonio who?
Everybody knows who I'm talking about.
Okay.
With the first name.
If you see a guy Antonio riding around, a football player, is he a football
He
player?
used to have it, I think. I saw it. I saw it on, and he played for the Bucks. Anyways.
All right.
Andrew, thank you for the super chat. I love Jimmy on the podcast.
Me too. That's why he's here.
Thank you.
He's paying his rent.
All right. Shout out Dominic. Thank you for the $5. Ben, I am in the Canadian market and want to start building a portfolio. What type of real estate should I start buying as a beginner?
I don't know. The Canadian market is very, very tough. Okay. But all I can tell you is if you're a beginner, start off small, start off with something that, there's going to be a cash flow. It's all about the cash flow. How much you're putting in and how much you're getting on that money that you put in. Start off, I don't know. If I was you, I don't know. If you're close to any U.S. borders, I'd try to probably cross the border and do something in the U.S. I think you might find a little more opportunity. That's just from what I saw when I was in Canada, but I was only in Toronto. But I heard Canada's pretty expensive. So, start off small. If you're looking to buy a house to live in one day, don't do it if you're starting off. Buy a duplex, buy a triplex, buy a fourplex. Buy something that has some income. Income. It comes in. Income. What else?
Shout out Joe. Thank you for the $9.99. Ben, I inherited 87 units in Southern California.
That's a jackpot.
I own 50% with another partner.
That's not so good.
I net $400K a year.
That's good.
Which is my only income.
It's okay.
Recently had someone offer $38 million for the property. Should my partner and I sell?
Listen, if you inherited it, and it didn't cost you anything.
Cash out.
$400,000. Let me tell you, if you're netting $400,000 a year, that's equivalent to a safe investment of $8 million. Why? You want to ask why, Jimmy Hart? 400,000. All right. In a market today, the safest real estate you can buy, you could go out and buy a very, very safe deal with a 5% return. It's called a 5 cap. Okay. Not like capped in the ass, a cap, capital, whatever. So if you let's say you took $1 million. All right. Now, I didn't go to school, so I have to break it down to easy math. I know everybody knows it's easy to figure out what 10% is of everything, right? Every $1 million, 5%, right? Well, 10% would be 100,000, right? 10% of $1 million is 100. Well, we want to know what 5% is. Cut it in half. So now 5% would be 50. Am I right? $50,000 on $1 million. Exactly. So if he wants to keep having $400,000 a year coming in, he's only going to get 50 off of every million. Every million, he needs 8 million. Okay, because 8 times 50 is 400,000 a year. Or he could do it in tax-free municipal bonds right now. Right now, you can invest in the safest thing in the world, tax-free muni bonds. The time to invest in them is, yes, when interest rates are up. Okay, because the bonds go up. They've been floating around in the 3s. So now, if he sold that place $38 million, he got half of it, which would be 19. He could get the same income off of just $8 million, and he can still have $11 million in his pocket. What his tax ramifications are, I'm not sure. I think because he inherited, he automatically goes to the basis of the property's value today. Talk to your accountant. There may not be major tax liability if he inherited it. Depends how he inherited it. But talk to your accountant. I'd sell it in a minute because you can have $8 million giving you that $400,000 a year and still have $11 million in your pocket.
So let's cut to the chase. So in other words, if this was you and you inherited it, you'd sell it, right?
Yeah, if that's all I had, he said that's all he's got is income. He can replace that $400,000 a year easily, okay, by putting $8 million in a fucking tax muni bond. You know, get a broker and say, hey, buy me $8 million worth of tax-free muni bonds, and they're tax-free. So it's a pure $400,000 a year. Well, he nets it there, but he probably pay taxes out of that somewhat. Or you could go and refinance it and try to get a bunch of money from the bank and still own the property, but you're not going to get, you know, my way, I think you probably want to sell. Unless you really want to be heavy into real estate, move on to bigger and better deals, you know, and refinance and buy something else. I mean, but I wouldn't be sitting around with, I don't know how much does he owe. That's the question. We don't know, but he said he's netting $400,000 a year.
It was inherited, so
Well, he
that's
might have inherited
his-
with debt. I don't
with
know.
debt.
I don't know. All right, go with Ben Mallah. Consult with Ben. You need to have a serious conversation with me because you're talking big numbers here. $36 million. It's worth a few bucks to the Pollock to get me on the phone and let's talk serious about the deal. You know, you can even book a private meet, but $36 million bucks. You know, I wouldn't be fooling around. I'd make sure I had the right goddamn plan. I'd be talking to accountants. I'd be talking to brokers. I'd be talking to bankers. I'd be finding out all this shit I can help you with. What else?
Hey, before you say it, don't forget Saturday's right around the corner.
Saturday
the
night.
15th, Sheridan, right?
Sheridan. And let me tell you something. If you got any questions about friggin' commercial retail property, you know, and I don't brag about people until they show me. If you show me that you're fucking great, then I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say you're fucking great. And little Ben has my head spinning with all the shit he knows and learns with the retail properties that we're doing now. I mean, we're at the highest level, I think, now. Retail properties are close to it. You start looking at $46 million deals and pulling them apart, and they got 30 different goddamn tenants and all this shit going on with CAM and money in and money out and this and that. He's a world of information. So if you got any questions about retail, you be right with somebody that you could really get some benefit from. I benefit from him.
And he's going to be there Saturday along with Aaron.
And Happy be there. I'll make sure Happy comes.
No.
Happy will be there. You have problem with hotels? Happy expert in hotels.
Oh, yes.
What else, Aaron?
Shout out Sadiq Brown. Thank you for the $4.99. Shout out Rob. Jimmy, do you remember Rob Sutton?
Sutton's boot. Sutton, we'll go back to that. Read it right.
Jimmy, do you remember Rob Sutton's boat hammer time?
Say boot or boat?
Boat.
I don't know.
Jimmy, do you remember Bob Sutton's boat, Hammer Time? Hammer Time to me makes me think of, what's his name, the rapper.
That's a Greg Valentine. He was called the Hammer. So that means that somebody named Bob Sutton must have had a boat with a hammer on it. I'll be honest with
You
you.
don't remember. He's too old.
I really don't remember that.
You don't even remember yesterday. I asked him, Jimmy, you remember what was the name of that place yesterday? You couldn't remember.
Huh?
What else, Aaron?
Sadiq Brown, thank you again for the super chat. Do you need an agent to flip real estate contracts?
Do you need an agent to flip real estate contracts? I mean, you could act as your own agent. I mean, I don't know. You're flipping contracts, so basically you get a contract on a place and you want to flip it to somebody else. I mean, I don't see why you need a license to do that. I mean, if it's between two people, you know, two people can do anything they want. I can sell him something. He can sell me something. You know, we don't have to have agents. We don't have to have lawyers. I've done deals one-on-one with people, and you just flip it a contract. I mean, talk to a lawyer to play it safe, but I don't see why you would need an agent unless you need that agent's help to understand that contract. But I'm going to tell you, you know, who plans on executing the contract, who's flipping it to who, you know, what side are you on? Are you the flipper or the flippee? It's something we better talk about. Or you need to consult with consult with your local lawyer and say, hey, I'm just flipping a contract with somebody. I don't know. It's up to you. If you understand that contract, you shouldn't need a license to flip it. All right. It's a contract to buy something.
Are we also live on Facebook right now?
Oh,
Because I see it popping up.
We got your face on Facebook, baby.
Not guilty.
It's
So,
been on national television.
If anybody wants
He's
to
sitting here on
follow,
my podcast.
what is it? If anybody wants to follow my dad Ben, or join us live on Facebook, where would they go?
It's like Ben Mallah.
Like, what is the ad?
Oh, you're asking a Pollock.
Wait till I quit waking him up.
Ben Mallah Life for Sale
Listen.
on Facebook.
Ben
You can't
Mallah
wake
Life
him
for
up.
Sale
Can't
on
wake up with
Facebook.
something.
So if you want to join us
What are the
live on
descriptions here?
Facebook and it's in the video description.
And don't go with any imposter ones.
Appreciate it.
Listen, and don't believe all those imposters that answer comments to me. I mean, I very rarely answer a comment, tell you the honest truth, unless it's really, really good. I just, I put the little check mark there. I put the heart thing, the thumbs up, because I really appreciate all the comments. But anybody that's saying about WhatsApp or call Liz or trying to sell you something, it ain't me. It's an imposter. Nobody can imposter you. You're a past imposter
among us.
All right, what else?
We got to call it.
We have a caller. Guy looks like an old wrestler. What's up? How are you?
What's up, Ben? It's Brian. Yeah.
Hey, it's Brian.
Listen, my partner and I loved seeing you at September 11th when we came to see you at the show.
Oh, yeah, I remember you from the show. I remember you were that pain in the ass of the show. I'm just kidding. You the guy from Ohio? No.
No, New York.
New York. Oh, yeah, Brooklyn, right. Yeah, Cropsey Avenue. So what are you doing? You sitting in Brooklyn right now? No,
I live down here in Lake Worth. I live in Lantana.
Lantana. Hey, do me a favor. There's a shopping center I was looking at in Lantana.
Yes, that's why I called you, Ben.
Oh, I'm buying
Oxo and Dixie Highway. It's going with 10X.
It's hand. Yeah, I'm buying it. Maybe I'll call you. How about if you live down there? Maybe
yes,
we want.
I swear on my life, Ben. Yeah. That's why I paid to come on tonight.
Well,
to talk to you about it. Next Tuesday at 1 p.m. is the walkthrough. Listen.
If I buy it, will you do the landscaping there?
Listen, Ben, I figured the best way to even get your ear on it is right now, pay the $30, go on Fast Pass. It was worth every cent.
$30 back if I buy it, all right? You happy now? I already
knew
about
it. The $30.
Working on it for a week.
Look, I got the numbers what it's going to. I talked to Adam. I know what the number they're expecting it to go off at. Because 10X is doing the auction, the online auction.
Everybody, shit, quiet. He's one of those guys from Brooklyn. You got the quiet types that keep their mouth shut, and then you got the big mouths that want to tell everything. He's the guy who wants to tell everything. He just can't stop. Shut the hell up. Don't tell anybody the goddamn price. Listen, do we have a way of getting a hold of this cuckoo bird? Because I've hung out with him. We had a great time together in Fort Lauderdale. I loved it.
We did. I would love it.
So listen, I already know about it. But I need to talk to you about it, so I'm going to contact you about it.
I live down the block from it. I live a mile from it, 1 mile.
Oh, shit, hell no. The neighborhood sucks then. I'm not going to the hood. Okay? But if I do buy it, I guarantee I will take you for a haircut.
At least one hair.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a deal, but, I want to know what the story is behind it. I'm going to get on a plane. I just sold a building in Lantana, and that neighborhood wasn't that great.
You sold my friends. You sold by the post office the real estate over there in the back, right off of John.
Yeah. But then I wasn't impressed with the neighborhood, so I'm going to go down there and see what's going on because I ain't trusting you a word. You're the type of guy, he likes to get you all pumped up. Yeah, it's great. It's this, it's that. And it ain't. So, I'm going to go down there and see for myself, and maybe you can buy me lunch. You got any way to Anna?
You will. We'll go take you to the bagel store. You'll have lunch.
I can't have bagels and too much sugar in them.
No, Bialys. No sugar in the Bialys.
They got white fish there?
Yes.
All right. We'll go have white fish and Bialy. You even know what we're talking about, Jimmy?
Yeah, you like tuna fish, though.
He's not like us.
Jimmy is a hillbilly. He's from Memphis, Tennessee. No offense. I don't mean it in an offensive way. It's not your fault, But all right. Well, I appreciate it. I'm going to get a hold of you. Give me tomorrow. I'll try to call you tomorrow because it's on my list of properties to go out, to go look at and underwrite, and maybe we'll buy it because I see upside. And it's on the auction block, baby. So all I got to do is press the button to buy it.
Ben, can I bring up something about it that is
not too much? I don't want other people to know. What? What do you want to bring up?
No, well, it was the only reason I found it is because of what you taught on September 11th at your show. It really was. If you don't get off your ass and go and look at the properties and look and see the deal and evaluate it properly, then you're never going to go anywhere.
You got to make moves to get somewhere. A car ain't going to drive nowhere without gas. Except
You know-
Jimmy, he pushes his.
Hey, Ben, thank you for your time tonight. I really do appreciate it.
Are you coming down to hang out Saturday night or what?
Unfortunately, no, we can't.
Big hands.
No, I can't get over to Tampa this Saturday.
I'm just
I've got
kidding.
people flying in tomorrow.
You got
But-
people flying in from Brooklyn.
No, they're coming from Jersey.
But we did have a really good time, didn't we? All right.
Outstanding. Ben, you are really excellent at
Hey, was
explaining.
I a good host or what? Did I give people their money's worth? Did I give them what they wanted to all the trouble of coming down there and staying in my hotel? All right.
And I've been to at least 20 seminars. I promise you, this is no BS. You were the best.
Seminar. It's just we're hanging out and doing information.
Hey, tell the people what they're going to be missing if they don't come for Saturday night on the 15th.
Listen, they're lit. They're going to miss the ability to learn from somebody like me, too, off of the street that had nothing, came from nothing, self-made, and isn't bullshitting you. Ben sits there and he tells you the way it is, and he doesn't want to sell you a damn thing afterwards.
Oh,
There's-
coffee mugs are on sale.
Fuck you and your coffee mugs.
I'll sign it for you.
That was great. Hey, I got my life for sale ashtray right here.
And and I'm going to tell you about guys like this. Guys like this don't typically like people. So by him actually liking me, that's a big compliment from a guy from Brooklyn. Because guys
I
like
appreciate it.
they bitch about everybody. They don't like people. Oh, fuck that guy. That guy. They don't ever talk good about nobody. But this guy to talk good about somebody is a major thing. Let me tell you. If you come from Brooklyn, you understand what I'm saying.
I really did, Ben, but even ball breaking aside, I appreciated everything that you taught because you didn't just explain. When you go to one of the Ben Mallah shows, be prepared to learn. Because if you're just going there to, just hobnob, like going with IGH or somebody else like that, you're wasting your time. You got to sit back and
Don't put
get
down
ready.
IGH.
You really will learn. And
Hey,
I thank you, man.
everybody comes for a reason. Some people just want to fucking hang out and have a good time. And I love those people. And the people that come there that want to learn shit and sit there with the seminar. And hopefully it's a benefit to them by the stuff we're trying to explain to everybody in simple terms. I mean, I don't care why people come. I love everybody that comes. And it's a great time. And I'm glad you got some benefit out of it. And I look forward to meeting you down in Lantana.
Are you flying into Lantana Airport or Fort Lauderdale?
I don't know. There's a little airport across
On
the street from the
Lantana
building
Road.
I used to own. I used to own an apartment building and it had an airport across the street.
Right, that's
Lantana,
Lantana Road. If you'd like,
yeah. I fly into
if you'd
there.
like, I could
I'm
pick
going to
you
get a
up.
hold of you. I'm going to get a hold of you, and I'm going to call you. I'm going to tell you when I'm going to be there. Hopefully, you won't have people in town, and you'll
No.
be free. And we'll go out and have a bialy, and we'll talk, and we'll go look at the plaza, and we'll do a video. You're going to be on the next Life for Sale video showing me Lantana, baby. All right?
You're the best.
Thanks for
I'll give
calling
my information to Rafal. And if you'd like a ride that day so you can fly in and fly out, got a brand new Tahoe.
Maybe we can go out and get our beards done together. Hey, there you go. All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, man.
Thanks
Have
a
a
lot.
great night.
Hey,
You too.
thanks for buying the Ben Mallah ashtray.
Those are free. Everyone that comes to the show will get a sticker. Let me tell you about these stickers. You know where this sticker goes? Not on your bumper, baby, but it perfectly fits on the bottom of your license plate where it normally says some dealer that screwed you over. Okay? So instead of having the dealer's name that screwed you over on your license plate in the bottom there, put this on there and you get a free ashtray. But don't put no butts out in my face. It's just for display. But you could use it. I don't care. And then we'll sell you another sticker. I'll send you one. And you'll get a Life for Sale pen. And you'll get, what else we throw in there? He packed the bags the other night, him and Ilani.
The ashtray,
The pen,
the pen, and the
sticker.
bumper sticker.
Yeah. And then
That's
we'll
about
give
it.
you some Sheridan stuff too if we have it.
Yeah, those are randomized bags.
Once again, what time does it start Saturday?
7 o'clock, 6
7
o'clock, 6 o'clock. But I'll be there at 5.
6 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Saturday.
We're going to be hanging out in my hotel, the 4 Point Sheridan, 4400 Cypress Street. Go to benmallah.com. live and book a room. If you book a room for 2 people with the 2 tickets, the room's like $50. Okay, you can book a single room, you can book with a ticket, double room with a ticket. You can just buy a ticket and walk in, or you can zoom in, baby, and see us live. But it's going to be a great night. The whole weekend's going to be great because I'm going to see some great people, and we're going to be talking about making some money, baby. And now's the time where you need to make it. You need to make it when things are going down. Down is really up because you got to be down to go up. What else you got?
Yeah, it's free parking.
It is. Shout out Tyler Hall. Thank you for the super chat. Ben, what if I told you I got found a way to generate 50 grand cash flow a year from one niche Airbnb property I built for 25K? I'm going to put the money into student housing.
Listen, if you can make that kind of money, if you can generate 50 cash flow a year off of a $25,000 investment, and you're doing with the
Doubling your money.
Airbnb, and you're in the right place, and you got the right type of place, and you're making that money, that's great. Why don't you keep doing it? All right, student housing is great. You know, depends where and where you're going to find opportunity. But whatever you can know that you can make money at, stick to that. All right? Just keep doing what you're doing. You can try other things, but can you turn that $50,000 a year into 500? Can you do 10 of them? That's the question. And just do it. Make them money. You want to go in student housing? Be my guest. I did it. I had 580 beds of student housing. Each student was paying us over $600 a month for a bedroom and a bathroom. I should have kept that place. What else?
Shout out Ward Media. Thank you for the $5. Ben, I will be in Tampa in 3 weeks. Can I stop by and say hi? All jokes aside, I love the channel and you are a big inspiration.
Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And, you know, hey, if you come to Tampa or whatever, I don't know, if you're into real estate, you want to do a consult with Ben over the phone, fine. We're doing private meetings over the weekend at my hotel. I'm going to sit in a room with people. And let me tell you something. I take that shit very, very serious. If somebody wants to sit down in a room with me and lay their goddamn problems of their life on the table, they got my full attention, and I'm going to give them everything I could possibly think of that I would do for myself. All I'm doing is trying to tell people what I can do and what I would do. And, you know, hopefully, you know, I'm not going to try to tell anybody anything that it doesn't make sense or is stupid or is risky. I'm just going to tell them from my experience how things work. Real estate is no secret. All right. We know how shit works. You buy something and you fix it and you sell it or you refinance it and you know, and you get cash flow. It's all logical information. You just have to put it in the proper perspective, all right, and make it tailored to what your life is. What else?
Shout out Grayson Cook. Thank you for the $20.
Paulie sold that trailer you could have had.
Grayson said, how would you go about buying a property that isn't listed? For example, a neighboring residential property or retail.
If it's not listed, is it for sale? I mean, if it's not,
Talking about an off-market deal.
Off-market deal. You know, you can contact the owner. What else can you do? You can have to look up who owns it online and try to contact them and say, hey, you want to sell your property and how much? Or write them an offer. I mean, you can email, you can send it to their mailbox. You can find out, you know, where they're at, get them a letter, get them on the phone, and that's all you can do.
Or if it's a residential house, you do it the old-fashioned way and knock on the door.
Knock, knock, knock. Hi, I'm Aaron. Would you like to buy your house? Would you like to sell your house?
I've done it.
Yeah.
I have.
Listen, whatever you and Vincent do, I don't want to know about. Okay, because I seen the fucking houses Vincent bought, and you better bring a weapon with you.
Good experience.
If you go and knocking on those doors.
Good experience. Good experience. All right. JP, thank you for the $5. First time buyer in New York / New Jersey local. Real Estate King says can't go to bank for loan. Need to be hard money ready. Any recos, auctions, I don't know, creative solutions?
Need to be hard money ready. All right. I don't know what he's talking about.
Local
Real Estate King says can't go to the bank. Who said that? I didn't say that. Did you say that? Did you say that? I mean, if you can't go to the bank, you get the money anywhere you can, as long as you don't go to a guy in the back of a bar. You know, if you got to go to a hard money lender, go to a hard money lender. I tried it when I was young in 20s. I was buying borrowing money at 10% when everybody else was paying 5%. That was life. But I took that money and I made 50, 60, whatever percent when I, got it fixed up and flipped or sold or refinanced. So, get the money any way you can. What are you doing, Aaron? dancing.
Trying to fix this.
You know, but I don't know. There's all kinds of auctions out there you can look at, but you got to have the money. I don't know what you're talking about, to tell you the truth. So you need to go to benmallah.com and consult with Ben. And if you're in New York, New Jersey, you're going to have a tough time. You know, maybe New Jersey you could find something. But he says, I'm a first-time buyer in New York, New Jersey. Anyway, we have to move on from that one. I'm sorry. Thank you very
no
much.
problem. All right. Shout out Blitz. Thank you for the $10. I have 4 acres and
And a mule.
I have 4 acres in a popular college town, about $300K in equity. I can only afford maybe a single quadruplex, but after one, I could use the equity to build another. Should I do this or seek an investor?
Seek investors. I don't know. You got 4 acres. You know, I don't know what to do with it. Land to me is only worth what you can do with it. Okay, what do you want to do? You want to build on this land? You own this land, and you say it's worth $300,000, but I don't know. If you ain't got no income coming in, I don't know any bank that's going to loan you money on land that has no income, unless you know. I don't know. You put up some kind of collateral, be personally responsible for the loan if you have that kind of income. But he said he can only afford maybe a single quadruplex. That means a fourplex. You know, I mean, basically, listen. You got to get your hands on some money. So you either got to sell the land, you know, if it's 4 acres, my first bell that rings in my head is, if it's 4 acres, does it have a bigger value if you chop it up into 4 1-acre parcels, or maybe more? Depends where it's at. What will they let you do? And can you sell off each acreage? What's the maximum value of that acreage? That's what I would be figuring out if you don't have the money to build on it.
Ben, didn't he say it was a college town where he has it?
Yep.
What about buying a couple of new trailers, putting them on there, and renting them out to the students?
Let's get some college trailers.
That way you're still on
going
that.
here.
That means you're still on the land.
Listen, I don't know what town he's in, but you have to have zoning for that. Is it zoned to allow for that? I don't know what his zoning is. I don't know if he could chop those acres up. You know, he needs to go to consult with Ben so we can sit here and talk about his situation specifically, because I'm not getting enough information. So, but thanks for the question. But basically, you need to figure out what's the most you can get out of that land. All right. If you get your hands on $300,000, then take the $300,000. $300,000 could get you up to $1.2 million or more in real estate, you know, but I don't know what town you're in, you know. All right, what else?
All right, IGH Properties, thank you for the super chat.
IGH.
And thank you for your devoted and loyal support.
Thank you.
He said, see you all this weekend. I will
Oh,
be there
shit, he's
tomorrow.
coming
And he
down.
gave us $300.
You know, IGH is, you better buy him dinner this goddamn time, or you cheap Pollock.
I'm getting him lunch. No
All
worries.
right, lunch. You better buy him dinner. You better buy him a bottle of wine. You know, this guy's really a great guy. And you know what I love? He's a successful guy, and he likes just, you know, he's like one of us. You know, all us guys and girls or wherever or whatever you are, anybody that makes money in real estate, it's like we got this connection. You know, people that manage real estate and own real estate is really like a religion to me. Okay. And I take it very serious. And it's funny when you meet people, it's just a great feeling to be around people that, you know, you're on the same brain wave or something. And I love it. So thank you very much, IGH. I look forward to seeing you. And I'll make sure the Pollock takes care of you real good. And I'll be having dinner with you. He's buying both of us dinner.
Take him to eat at the Holiday Inn.
There you go. We have Indian food there. Would you like to try the goat curry? I had it today. And he got vegan. You like vegan?
No.
Let me tell you, you don't even want to know what Jimmy Hart's diet is, okay? But you know, he's in such good shape. How can I ever, you know, knock him? What else?
All right. Shout out Sean. Thank you for the super chat. Me and my fiance are looking to buy a house. Our income is good, 10 to 15K a month, but our credit needs work because we followed Dave Ramsey. LOL. Of course.
All right.
Dave Ramsey.
Well, you know, I don't know
Who's
Dave
Dave
personally.
Dave Ramsey is another guy that, you know, gives out advice on real estate. However, he does not believe in banks and loans. He only believes in, you know, like having no debt. Having no debt. That's what he believes
You know
in.
what the problem with that type of advice is? Let me tell you. All right, Dave, I'm going to tell you. And I'm sure Dave's a nice, intelligent guy, and he means well. The problem is there's no one way or one plan for everybody. Everybody is different, okay? Some people the Dave Ramsey thing might work. I don't know. I have to look into it. But I don't want more of my money tied up in equity because it ain't doing shit for me. All right. So everybody's different. You got to execute the proper plan for your situation. Okay. So bad credit is the worst thing you can have if you want to borrow money. It's logical. Everybody knows it. You wouldn't want to loan money to somebody that didn't have a history of paying people back when they borrow, would you? Well, maybe you would.
But sometimes you don't know they're not going to pay you back.
That's why you have a credit report. Because the credit report is like your resume. It shows your history. It shows you borrowed money from this card. You bought a car here and you paid it back. You have a mortgage. You made all your payments on time. Your balance is real low. You don't owe that much. You have a lot of credit availability. That's what raises your score. Listen, your credit report is, number one, it's the first letter in the freaking real estate alphabet. Your credit report. Okay. That's what represents you. You could be Jimmy Hart. You could be the president of the United States. It don't matter. If you got a lousy credit report, it's not going to help you. It's going to hurt you from anybody and deter people because they're going to say, well, you screwed that guy over. What makes you think you're not going to screw me over? That's what that credit report that tells everybody.
But you know what? Most people that are presidents in the United States have good credit reports.
Well, listen,
everybody
can have a good credit report. And if you don't have a good credit report, then you have to go find the tools necessary to make it a good credit report. We've all had bad credit at some time in our life. Well, not all of us, not Aaron yet, but I did. And you have to sit down and clean it up. And if you need, there's experts that teach you how to do that and help you do it. I think there's nonprofit organizations out there that help people clean their credit up. You go online, you can find them. So, clean your credit. All right. And then right now, you're going to have to come up with the better your credit, the less down payment you got to come up with. But still apply for the FHA loan because the FHA loan, I think, will take you. What are you laughing at?
Somebody said if real estate is a religion, then Ben is the Pope.
Thank you. So anyway, basically, everybody needs to see their credit report. Even if it's good, it's good. You should look at it. And my son just signed me up for that LifeLock thing. I think I can look at it anytime I want. And they notify me when people are checking my credit. So, I know what the hell's going on. Who's sneaking around my back, trying to check my credit. Ding, ding, ding. B of A's trying to check your credit. They send me a message. Ding, ding, ding. Wells Fargo's checking on Ben, checking his credit. They do that shit. They have a right to do it when you borrow money from them. I signed documents allowing them to check my credit any fucking time they want. And that's how they check on you. Ben's not out there buying too much shit and running up his credit, is he? They'd see that shit on your credit report. If I went out tomorrow and financed the goddamn plane, it would be on my credit report. Then they're going to start looking at my expenses and my income and matching all that shit up. Has Ben getting in trouble or not? They watch that shit. Mm-hmm. If you loan somebody hundreds of millions of dollars, you'd watch that shit too. Yep. All right. Anything else?
All right. Shout out Rudy R. Thank you for the $4.99, and then we're gonna get to a caller, and then we'll get back to all the super chats.
We have a caller. We ain't got no caller.
Yeah, we do.
We have a caller. How are you? What's up?
Hey Ben, it's Anthony.
Anthony, how are you?
Good. I'm 22. I'm from Illinois, and I'm about to close on my first property this 27th of.
Congratulations.
Yeah. But also my parents have another rental property, so they have one under their belt. So I'm gonna get mine. But we were thinking, me and my dad, thinking about taking the equity in this house that I'm living in right now, but it's under my mom's, and then buying a multi-unit. What do you think?
I mean, listen, if you know where you can find a good deal that makes sense and something you can make money on, add value to, if you know you can find a deal, then you got to find the money. Wherever you can get your hands on the money. I thought you said you're closing on a deal. Is that closing a buy or a sell?
Buying.
Oh, you're buying something. What are you buying?
Single residential.
What are you going to do with it?
I'm going to rent it out.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, did you get a loan on it?
Yeah, I did. Conventional, 5%.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the thing is this. Listen, it's all simple. You got to find the money somewhere. Wherever you and your dad can take money from to use it for the new deal that you want to buy, you got to find it, whether it's the house you're in, you know, I mean, you don't want to put yourself in any kind of bad situation, but I'm sure the bank's not going to let you, hopefully, you know, but get the money wherever you can, and then you have to go find a deal to put it into. I mean, it's all simple. It's just, get the money. If you ain't got the money in the bank, you got to go borrow against something, right?
Exactly.
So what do you got? What do you got that the bank's willing to borrow against? Is it the house you're living in? Well, go to the bank and find out if they'll give you. Do you have a loan on the house already? Do you have a loan on the house already?
Yeah.
So you're gonna get a second loan? Are you gonna refinance it? You're gonna get a HELOC against it? What are you gonna do?
Probably HELOC, yeah.
All right, well, go. Listen, I keep trying to tell everybody, it doesn't cost you nothing or hurt you. In fact, it helps you, because by going to the bank and trying to borrow money, that's like your education. That's what educated me on how to deal with banks. Okay, go to them and find out how much money they're willing to give you. Here's my property I'm willing to. Here's my collateral, the real estate I'm putting up. Here's who I am. How much money you want to give me? It's a process that costs you nothing, and it's a good education, and it tells you what you got to do to get the money, or how much they'll give you, and and how much they're going to charge you every month. It's a process. You have to go through the process. Go find the money, whether it's in a house or if you have it dug up in a, maybe like Jimmy, you have it in a hole in the ground somewhere. You need the money. So if the only way to get it is to go get a mortgage on your house, then that's what you got to do. But you better make sure you put it in the right deal that's going to make you more money. That's the whole key. Taking the bank's money and making more money. Real estate is the simplest thing in the world. All right?
All right.
Hey, I really appreciate the call. Good luck to you. But do what you got to do, man. Get that money, whether it's borrowed for the house, whatever it takes, because you can't do the deal without it. Right?
Yeah.
All right. Good luck to you. And be careful in Chicago, Illinois. Chicago's a rough town.
Ooh, everywhere's rough.
Not here. Not in here, baby.
What's next, baby?
All right. Shout out Luis Vega. Thank you for the $10. Ben, I have never made an investment in real estate due to not having enough money. I believe there is a way to structure a deal with a capital partner. Thanks for your inspiration.
I mean, listen, finding a partner is getting the money. Okay. If the only way you can get the money to do a deal is you got to get a partner, you get a partner. All right. But if people are out there, I was looking myself online, not that I needed, I was looking for everybody else. There are so many first-time home buyer programs where they'll loan you the down payment, they'll grant you the money to buy your first home, and it don't have to be a home. It could be a fourplex, baby. It could be 1 to 4 units. You don't need much money to do FHA loan if your credit's good, but you find something that has some income, and there's ways of finding loans. Every state has what they call a housing finance agency. I go to the Florida Housing Finance Agency, and I look there. I'm looking at big time shit that tax credit programs and things like that, but they have information on how to help people buy their first home. The state level, the federal level has them probably, but the state level has them, the county level has them, the city level has them. They have these type of programs. Look into them. And if not, find a good deal, put it in front of somebody that does have the money, and get them to put the money up. I mean, it's done every day.
Yep. Sorry. Shout out Matt. Thank you for the $9.99. I love this question. Ben, I'm 15 and in a situation with my 3 brothers about a property. Would you care if I called?
I mean, you can call in right now if you want to go do a short call, or you go to benmallah.com, consult with Ben, or you could bring you and your 3 brothers to the show this Saturday night. Stay in a hotel. He's got 3 brothers, so that makes 4, 2 in a room. There you go. The room's ain't going to cost you shit. All right, come to the show and let's hang out and let's go through it. Or go on Ben Mallah, consult with Ben, and get me on the phone on a private conversation, or go in now for $30 or whatever the Pollock charges. It don't look like a 15-year-old in the face. Looks like Al Capone.
That is Al Capone.
So, hey, you know Al Capone, don't you?
I love people like this, because he's 15. He has the drive. He's interested in stuff like this. When I look around these days, I feel like nobody has a drive. Nobody cares, especially kids my age, about what they really, want to do and how to make money.
He said he's in a situation.
That's good.
Who knows what kind of situation he is?
I mean, it's regarding a property, so it's good experience.
Listen, 15 is the ripe age to start thinking about making money in life. Okay, the games are over. All right, you're not a kid anymore at 15. Okay, it's time to think about. You know why? Because in 2 years he's going to be graduating high school, and he'll be almost 18. And once you're 18, let me tell you something. You're legally an adult. All right. So if you start when you're 15, thinking about making money and what you can do, then that's a great way to start your life off.
Because the way that I see it, 90% of people around you aren't looking or they don't have the same drive as you do. 90% of the people around
you got to have it in you to win you. What else you got?
That is it for Super Chats.
All right.
So are we wrapping up, Rafal?
It's now holy macaroni. Oh, it's only been an hour and 17 minutes. Anybody got any chats to send in questions? Anybody want to do a pass? Go to benmallah.com and get you a fast pass. Otherwise, I don't know what to tell you. I can sit here and pick on Jimmy if you want. Jimmy, how are you?
I've got to go do a radio show in a little while. I just wanted to encourage everybody once again this Saturday, 6 o'clock. I think that's when you're going to be there, right?
I'll be there at 5.
Show starts at 7.
Starts at 6.
Little bit, all right,
6 to 8. Little 8 to 10.
Little Ben will be there. Aaron's going to be there. Carla's going to be there. The whole crew is going to be there. So you have a chance to talk, take pictures with everybody. There's some merchandise you can take a look at, purchase some of it. Great food there. I'm sure Happy's going to have all the bars and restaurants
open. We're going to be hanging out in my hotel. You're going to be in how many people know a hotel owner where you come stay in his hotel and hang out with him? How many people? You know a lot of people. You know Vegas, baby. You know big time stuff.
But you know what, though? The hotel is beautiful over there. It's on Cypress, right?
4400 Cypress Street, Tampa, Florida. We got a free shuttle coming from the Tampa airport. If you fly in, there's a phone on the wall. Pick it up and call and say, hey, I need a ride to the hotel. I'm coming to sleep in. This brand new shuttle bus is going to come pick you up, bring you a few blocks down the road to the hotel, and we're going to have a real estate party, baby. And that's all I can tell you.
Well, before we wrap up, we have a caller, I believe.
Okay. We have a caller. Uh-oh.
Hi.
Hi.
I am a major fan. I'm coming this Saturday. I'm dying to meet you in real life. So I'm actually famous as well. I'm on the show Bling Life. I do real estate. I'm only 23 years old, and I'm also Penthouse Pet of the Month for October. So this is a really big month for me. I'm closing on a house this week. So actually tomorrow, to be exact. I currently own 5 homes. And I have a big question for you. So I've been following you for a very, very, very long time, and you've helped me out a lot with growing and getting me to the point in my life where I am financially pretty great. So my big question for you is I have $1.5 million in equity right now. And obviously you're going to say, Lindsay, cash out. I kind of know that already, judging by your advice. But the question is, should I take that 1.5 and should I put it into my primary and then touch that money like through a HELOC or something? Or should I take that 1.5 and 1031 into commercial? I've been really trying to get into it and get my hands dirty with it, but I don't really know where to start with that.
Listen, it's all about the deal. If you can find a commercial deal that you're going to make money on, then you got to raise the money. If it's residential, it doesn't matter. I look at anything and everything I can make money on. It's all about finding the deal. If you can find a deal, then you got to have the money lined up and you got to do the deal. I mean, you know that already because you already been doing it, but you just got to be, the HELOC will protect you from not using the money and paying interest on it, as you know, because it's sitting there waiting for you to use it. So the HELOC is always the best route to go because you're not paying interest on it until you use it. And then when you're ready to use it, you leave it alone until I would leave it alone until you got to do the closing that day, and then you got to fund the deal. All right. Then you start paying interest on it. And that's the same day that you're going to start hopefully making money on the deal you bought to pay for the interest. So that's why I always lean towards a HELOC if you can raise enough money from the HELOC. The problem is, I don't know. If you can raise enough money for the HELOC to go out and find a decent deal and make money on it, then that's the best route to go.
You're saying to do the 1031 because I watched your videos, and in your most recent one that you got, I think in Fort Lauderdale for your big yacht, you said that you did an asset loan, only 2% interest rate. That's crazy. I would love to be able to get that kind of interest rate.
Those were the old days. Those days are over. Right now, we're in the
okay,
blues.
okay.
All right,
So
you
that
know,
was my
and the
question.
only reason why I was paying 2% interest is because that was before the feds ran it up to 3%, okay, or whatever the heck they ran it up to now. It used to be, I used to borrow against what they call a market call, a LIBOR or a SOFR, and it's a rate that's very used in real estate. And back then, it was like nothing. Okay, it was like 0.25 or 0.50, and then the bank would tack on a 1.5 to 2 points on top of that, and that's how I borrowed money. But now I'm paying more than double because the feds keep raising the rates, and that's the life. So you can't
Well,
get
that's
2%
my
no
question.
more.
Do you prefer doing an asset loan like you had mentioned, or do you prefer like buying your stuff with cash? I know you like to use the bank's money to make money, so that's why I'm wondering: should I do a 1031 and find a good deal, or should
Why
I
are you
like pay
selling
off my
something?
primary?
Are you selling something?
2 homes. Well, actually, I was going to ask you about a bridge loan. What's your opinion on a bridge loan? I know they're horrible terms. They're usually pretty high interest rates.
I
You
mean,
say
typically
to
people
sell
get
it?
bridge loans to get them to a stabilized point where they go out and get a real good loan. Okay. Sometimes bridge loan is your only option. It's like hard money. You know, you got to borrow that hard money until things don't have to be hard no more. They can be soft and go get a better loan. But I mean, 1031 is when you're selling something. You know, I mean, you're just taking that money from the sale and putting it into the next deal. So,
Well, that was my question though. Should I 1031 into a good deal, or
why are
should I
you
pay off
selling something?
Yes, two properties. I'm
You're
thinking
selling
about
2 properties. How much are you selling for total?
between the 2 of them. Well, I'm going to profit 1.5. I'm making 500,000 off the one and $1 million off the other one.
And you closing them at the same time?
No,
How far apart?
they're close by. I keep everything close by.
No, I'm talking about the dates of closing.
Oh,
How close?
I
How
don't
close is
have
the
a closing.
timing on it?
I don't have a closing date yet for the property.
Okay, so let's say you're going to close these 2 deals, and you're going to have a 1031 with $1.5 million sitting in it. Now you're in a position to go out and do something, you know, for like $1.5 million is 20% of what? 5 million. Every 5 million is going to require $1 million. All right, so you go out and buy something for about $6 to $7 million.
Yeah.
If you wanted to with that $1.5 million, but you got to buy the right deal.
True. That's what I'm looking
And you
for.
can buy several deals. Don't have to be one deal. You know, you can leverage that $1.5 million and go out and buy, you know, and get a loan from the bank. You're going to pay 5 to 6% these days. That's life. And that's what you got to do. You know, if you want a 1031 it, 1031 it. And then you want to pay the tax. Because if you don't 1031 it, you're going to have to pay tax on your gain, correct? Unless you lived in one of the houses for 2 years.
That's one more big question. So I'm making a lot of money a year. I make the income on my own. I do modeling, and between my real estate investments, short-term rentals, I'm making about $600,000 a year, which is killing me in taxes. So I'm like, that's my question. I'm thinking, should I be like taking my deductions and maybe just like saving my money, or should I be for the buying power? That's why I don't take any deductions because I want that buying power so I can buy big. You know what I mean? But it's killing me. I mean, I owe the government like, you know, a lot. I mean, when you're making that kind of money, should I like start taking more deductions or?
I mean, you deduct whatever's allowable to deduct. You got to have, you know, I'm sure you got a good accountant and it gives you all the proper deductions.
I do. But should I be focused on the buying power, or should I be focused on saving my money kind of thing?
I mean, it's always good to stack as much money as you can. But if you want to make more money, you got to keep reinvesting the money you got till you get to the point, you know, where you're comfortable and you say, okay, I got a couple of $1 million sitting on the sidelines to run to in case ever I need to. You know, you got to build up your wealth. You got to have what I call a war chest that's going to protect you for the rest of your life. And it's there to help you so you can grow. I mean, yeah, you should save as much money as you can. But if you're serious about making money in real estate, you got to keep going out there, recycling, and taking $1.5 million that you made and put it into a $5 or $6 million worth of real estate. But they got to be the right deals, and the right deals are getting ready to come. Now's the time. So I hope you hurry up and close those deals, because now's the time when the market's turning, and there's going to be deals out there where you're going to really be able to you'll be able to double that $1.5 million.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. Well, I appreciate it.
I got one more quick question. What was your best deal that you say like you kind of felt like you made it after that? Was it with commercial? I know you did housing in Section 8. What was like
I was
your
all over
biggest
the board. Earlier in my life, if I could make $1 million when I was younger, I'd say, this is great. I feel like, I made it. And then, then I moved up to 5 million. And then it may have gone to 10. And then I may have had a $17 million profit deal one time with a hotel that Jimmy was living at. And, and then we just sold, as you grow and your portfolio grows, then your profits grow because you're doing bigger deals, making bigger money. It's just a ladder you go through in life.
Yeah. I've noticed I keep leveling up as I go, but Jimmy, I freaking love you. Stay in his lives.
Well,
I watched all your guys' videos. I like the Hooters one too, where you accidentally had a Hooters calendar shoot.
We made him money.
Jimmy had the Hooters calendar shoot right behind the house.
Hey, I know how you could save money on your taxes.
Oh,
really?
boy.
Yeah, don't work so much. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Hey, thanks for the call. We really appreciate it. Thanks for the call, and we look forward to seeing you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. I hope my wife wasn't watching that.
I thought about that whole time.
It's funny. I'm going to tell you honestly. Whenever my wife has me trained, because if I even interact with a woman, let's say she's considered to be very attractive, I swear my wife's got me trained, because I think of my wife and how fucking mad she would be, and that stops me from ever wanting to even think about anybody.
Hey, here's a great story.
I'm afraid of my wife. I'll be the first to admit it.
You guys,
we had
you guys are dangerous.
Hey,
Chat. I ain't gonna lie.
Aaron just became 18 years old.
Paul, you said you got her info, right?
Hey, here's a quick story.
You better really watch it, because let me tell you, as much as I'm afraid of your mother, you better be afraid of her too.
I'm more afraid.
Hey, we were at Hogan's Beach one time. Ben just came down on the big yacht with Carla, and the family was on it. So Ben was looking at some property on the other side. So while we were over there, we had a big band. I think Skrillex or somebody was playing that night. We had about 3,000 people on the weekend. So Ben was walking around, and a whole bunch of girls go, "Hey, Ben, how you doing?" He goes, "Oh, get away from them." And Carla said, "Get away, get them away, get them away."
Let me tell you
oh,
something.
My gosh. I had to run them off. I was like, oh, my God.
There's two things that my wife can do to me. Number one, she can hurt me. Number one, she can take half my money. All right, so I think with the right head.
Yeah,
all right, are we jumping tonight?
That was enough. Don't forget,
chat,
one more plug,
you guys
one
are
more
awesome.
plug.
I
Saturday,
appreciate y'all.
Saturday?
What?
Saturday, big show
I'm
Saturday?
going on my
Chat,
boat
you know what I'm
Saturday.
gonna do.
Saturday night, we're having a party, baby. You better be there. If you didn't get your ticket, you better hurry up, because the fire department says we can only have so many people in a room, and we ain't exceeding it. So go to bigmail.com live and book your room package, book your ticket, Zoom in, but be there.
Yep, and everybody, make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Go follow all his social media at Real Ben Mallah. We have Twitter, Instagram, everything else. You can follow my Insta at Aaron_Mallah Life. You can even follow Rafal at Scoop of 3D on Instagram.
Scoop of 3D?
Yep.
Oh, my God.
Once again, follow my Insta at Aaron_Mallah Life on Insta. We appreciate all the support, guys. Thank you.
All right. I'm looking forward to seeing you Saturday. My weekend will be with you, so be there.
Hey, I didn't get an ashtray.
Here, have an ashtray.
Thank you.
Adios.
Bye, guys.
Bye.